Chapter 5, Infamous Eruptions. Vesuvius, Italy, August 24th and 25th, AD 79. Plinian eruption, VEI 6. In southern Italy, in the year AD 79, August 24th began just like any other day. By noon, however, the ground began shaking violently. An enormous black cloud rose high in the sky over Mount Vesuvius. 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., earthquakes are felt in Apollonius, Tergano, and Pompeii, cities south of Vesuvius. A heavy downfall of tephra begins to descend from the sky. A cloud of ash blocks out sunlight. People in Herculaneum see the eruption cloud rise above the volcano. Residents run for shelter. 3 p.m. to sunset. Frightened residents frantically flee their city. They try to get as far away from Vesuvius as they can. August 25th, AD 79, 1 o'clock a.m. to 7:30 a.m. A series of pyroclastic flows reached the city of Herculaneum and Pompeii. A lahar covers Herculaneum, burying it in 75 feet of mud. Pompeii is covered in 10 feet of volcanic ash. There are no survivors in Pompeii or in Herculaneum. Vesuvius today. Could Vesuvius erupt again today? The answer is yes. Vesuvius is still an active volcano. It has erupted many times since AD 79. These eruptions haven't been as dramatic as that infamous eruption. The next one, however, could be. More than 3 million people now live in Vesuvius' shadow. There are more people living near Vesuvius than in any other volcanic region in the world. If Vesuvius erupted today at the same magnitude as in AD 79, the results would be catastrophic. Who was Pliny? Pliny the Elder was a Roman naval commander stationed in the coastal town of Misenum. He saw an unusual cloud forming above Vesuvius and decided to get a closer look. He invited his nephew, known as Pliny the Younger, to come with him. His nephew decided not to go. As he was about to leave, Pliny the Elder received a letter from the wife of a close friend. She lived at the foot of the volcano and needed help. Pliny the Elder went to help her, but never arrived. His body was found 2 days later. Pliny the Younger wrote a series of letters that described the events that had occurred. Today, in honor of both Pliny the Elder and Pliny the Younger, the word Plinian is used to describe this type of volcano. Krakatoa, Indonesia, August 26th, 27th, 1883. Ultra-Plinian eruption, VEI 1. Indonesia is a country in the Southern Pacific. It is made up of more than 17,000 islands. It is part of the Ring of Fire. There are more volcanoes in Indonesia than in any other country on Earth. Krakatoa is an uninhabited island group in Indonesia. Krakatoa once contained 3 active volcanoes: Perbowanten, Danan, and Rakata. That is no longer the case. Here's why. May 1883. A German warship captain reports a huge cloud of ash and steam rising above the volcano Krakatoa, which is also known as Krakatoa. I think I pronounced that wrong. This is the first time the volcano erupts in more than 200 years. June, July, 1883. Crews on numerous vessels report seeing eruptions. Villagers on Sumatra and Java, where the explosions are right by their coastline, stand and watch from the coastline. Pumice is found floating in the Sunda Strait. August 26, 1883, 12:53 p.m. Krakatoa explodes, propelling a black cloud of volcanic debris 15 miles into the atmosphere. So this shows where it is. It's in between Australia down below and then India up above. It's right way down here and all these little islands down there. August 27th, 1883, 5:30 a.m., the first of 4 enormous eruptions occur. The final eruption is so violent that it can be heard a quarter of the way around the world. The island is blown apart. 2/3 of the island collapse into the sea. The collapse creates a wall of water 130 feet tall. Tsunami waves flood many of the islands closest to Krakatoa. More than 36,000 people lose their lives. Violent eruption. Krakatoa's eruption in 1883 was among the most violent volcanic event in human history. The explosion that destroyed the island was equal to the power of 21,000 atomic bombs. People often talk about Krakatoa. The eruption blast was so loud it was heard thousands of kilometers away in central Australia, and it is said to be the loudest noise ever heard by humans. Wow, that must have been really loud. Professor Ray Cass from Melbourne's Monash University made that statement. A new island on December 29th, 1927. A new island emerges where Perbuatan and Danan volcanoes used to exist. This little volcanic island is named Anak Krakatoa, which means child of Krakatoa. Today, Anak Krakatoa continues to erupt regularly. Oops, wrong way. Mount Pelee, St. Pierre, Martinique, May 8th, 1902, Pelean eruption VEI 4. The city of St. Pierre was located on the Caribbean island of Martinique. In the early 1900s, it was a vibrant French city. Many called it the Paris of the West Indies. Nearly 30,000 people lived in the area. Mount Pelee towered in the distance. The inhabitants of the island knew Mount Pelee was a volcano. They weren't worried because it had not made even a small noise since August 1856. The velvety green Mount Pelee was slumbering. No one ever dreamed it would awaken again. January 1902. People notice a sudden increase in fumarole activity on Mount Pelee. April 1902. A great column of steam and ash billows near the volcano's summit. The volcano begins to rumble and shudder. A cloud of sulfurous gas hangs over the town of St. Pierre, and ash falls from the sky. Insects and snakes are driven from their homes on Mount Pelee. They find refuge in St. Pierre. About 50 people die from snake bites. The lake in the volcano's crater heats to boiling. Mount Pelee erupts in 1902. May 5th, 1902. The crater's rim collapses and the lake's boiling water rushes out. It mixes with ash, rock, and boulders to form a lahar. The mud flow rushes down the side of the mountain, burying everything in its path. When it plunges into the ocean, it causes a tsunami. The low-lying areas of St. Pierre are flooded. People fear for their safety and make plans to flee to the city. The government, however, reports that everything is safe. People are convinced to stay. Many people in the surrounding countryside flock to St. Pierre because they think it's the safest place to be. May 8th, 1902, 7:50 a.m., Mount Pelee explodes. A black cloud of scorching hot gas, ash, and cinders rockets down the volcano's cliff at 100 miles an hour. In less than 1 minute, the debris strikes St. Pierre with hurricane-force winds. The city is destroyed. The blast also destroys more than 20 ships anchored offshore. Only 2 of the 30,000 people dwelling in the city survive. Only 2 survive.